Hey guys, welcome back in another tutorial of the Flutter. In this tutorial, we are going to create a video player. So without wasting any time, let's get started. First of all, we are going to create a project by pressing Command Shift P, new project, and we are going to name it My Video Player. This our project is building. Okay. So now let's remove the boilerplate code. Here we are going to create a class stateful widget and I'll name it my video player. Now I am going to call this here my video player. Okay, so now we need some library which will be used to play the video. For that we are going to open our web browser. Here type pub.dev. It is the website for the Flutter packages. Here I am going to type video player, and the very first link, this is the readme page which tells us how to install it and also show some sample code. Okay, so what things do we need here is, first of all we need to add a dependency and we can find it here. Let's copy this from here and go to our let's stretch it. Okay, go to pubspec.yml and here paste it below Cupertino icons and press Command S to add this dependency in our project. After that, go to your main class and here we are going to create some instances. For example, first we are going to create a controller for our video player. I'll say late. Okay, so sorry, here late video player controller. I'll say it player controller. Okay, and here I am also going to define another widget, another variable is player initialized. By default I'll say it is false. Okay, so now we will go to our build section and create some UI. I'll say scaffold app bar will have a title and I'll give it title my player. Okay, after that I'll add home, sorry, where is the scaffold? Yes, sorry, I'll add body here and body will be the center, and with center there will be a child and the child will be our controller video player. And for this we need some condition. For example, if player controller dot value dot is initialized, it means if our player is initialized Then I'll say we need an aspect ratio. An aspect ratio will be our player controller dot value dot aspect ratio. It also needs a child. The child will be our video player, and video player will have our controller. Okay, and what if our player is not initialized? We'll say add a container, an empty container. Okay, so what else do we need? We will add a floating action button in our below the center. I'll add a condition here. Is player initialized? Then create a floating action button. It is an on press, and the child will be icon, and icon will have a condition, and the condition will be if player controller dot value dot is playing, then we want the icon of play arrow, else it will be pause. Okay, what is it saying? Or else it will be null. Okay, on pressed, I'll set state, for example, play controller dot value dot is playing. If it is playing, then the scope play controller dot will be pause, else it will play it. So what we are doing here is we are checking if the player is playing, means if our video is playing, we will say to pause it, and if it is paused, then it will play it, and as it is in the set state, the value will be updated and the player will act accordingly. Okay, so now everything is done except one thing, and the main thing is we didn't initialize our player. So we want our player to be initialized as soon as the app starts. So there is a function of init state which runs only once when our app starts. So here what do we need is, I'll say player controller equals video player controller dot, we are going to use a network file, so I'll use network. The data source will be this in a single quote. Okay, I'll add this link in the description. This is basically the URL for our video. I'll say it to initialize it, and after initialization I'll say it to set the state and make it true. So what will happen here is when our player is initialized with this URL inside it, this state will becomes true, and after this state becomes true, our floating action button will be initiated. Okay, so I think everything's done. Okay, let's save it and run it. This player library is very important in some projects. For example, if you are creating your own player, for example, you have multiple files and you want to play it as per your need, you can use this library. It's very good. Okay, so now let's see if this works. Yes, it is working, except for one thing, we just put the condition wrong. It should be pause and it should be there. Means if it is playing, then we should have a pause icon, and if it is not playing, we should have a play arrow. Let's rerun our app. Okay, so now our video is not playing, and as soon as the user presses this play button, the video starts, and as soon as the user pause it, video will be paused. Okay, I pressed the back arrow, that's why the app ended. Okay, please like my video and also subscribe to my channel. There are other videos also available on Flutter. Please check out the playlist. I will add the link on and it will be displayed on the top right corner. That's all for today. We'll see you in the next. Take care.